Hey, this is Matt from InvestiQuant. Today is Wednesday, October 6, 2021. The markets are pushing lower this morning. We've got trend-like activity taking place in the overnight session. We've got quite a bit of range. It looks like we've got about 66 points of range in the overnight session. Good volume. It's basically been straight down from the opening print. That's what we're going to be looking at, is that trendy-like of overnight action this morning. But first, I need to see exactly how much range we have because I'm going to use that as an input. So let me hop over under this more key levels drop down. The 5-day ATR is what I'm looking at here. So currently our 5-day ATR, 69.1 points. For the S&P, the overnight session has 66 points of range right now. That means we're a little better than 90%, just shy of 100% of the 5-day ATR. So we're going to use that in this test. Let me go over to Discover and set this up. The way I'm going to do it is I'm just going to describe the overnight activity, and we're going to be looking at the S&P specifically on this. So I'm going to click on Overnight Filters. This is where you can describe the price action that's taken place in the overnight session. The first thing I'm going to say is that the overnight range is at least 90% of the 5-day ATR. We're about, 95% or so right now. So I'm going to hit the minimum right here. I'm going to type in 90 for an overnight range as a percentage of the 5-day ATR. Then I'm going to describe the price action that has been trendy. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to go to the overnight open versus overnight range, and I'm going to say that the open is in the top 25% of the overnight range. And I'm going to assume that we're going to be closing the overnight session down near the lows. The close of the overnight session is basically the open of the regular trading hours, which is what the entry time is based upon for this study. So I'm going to say that we are trading in the bottom 25% of the overnight session when the market opens. Hit equals right there to add that to the test. And then I'm going to go into the indicators library and put it in a similar market environment. We are below a 10, but above a 200-day simple moving average. And now I can click view results. All right, here we go. These are the results based upon entering the market long at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, exiting at 4:15 p.m. Eastern Time, when you have trend-like activity in the overnight session to the downside. So strong range and opening near the highs and closing near the lows of the overnight session. This is taking place below a 10, but above a 200-day simple moving average. Historically, we have 51 samples here dating back to 2003. The win rate on this is coming in at 47%, so it's really not a weak win rate. It's pretty neutral there. And then the average move on this has been sizably larger to the downside. So the average loss is getting close to twice the size of the average win. Not quite there yet, but significantly larger average losses compared to its average win. And that combined with just a slightly weak win rate makes this a pretty bearish looking equity curve, pretty weak historically. Now, if you adjust this pattern, if you make the overnight range bigger, this gets even weaker. So we still have a little bit of time before the market opens. So we could see an expansion of range to get that over 100%, 110%, whatever. And if that was to happen, this pattern would be even more bearish historically. It's not there yet, though. But historically speaking, this pattern has certainly favored bigger moves to the downside. Win rate is fairly neutral there. And historically, had you traded that every single time it's happened, you would have lost a lot of money. So hopefully you found that helpful. Good luck today, and we will see you next time.